everybody, it's Rental Robert with the No Pay No Stay Network. Hope you had a wonderful Wednesday and things went your way. We had some successes, we had some not so good things. Biggest one is the dentist, and my tooth is cracked, it's fractured. We're going to have to eventually remove it, and I have to make a decision. One fix for my teeth is going to be $15,000. The other one's going to be about $3,700, and the cheaper one looks like the better option because the more expensive one involves implants and bridges, and I have a real hard time with my teeth, and so the longevity is probably not going to be there, as opposed to just getting all of my teeth that are left on the top pulled and then a denture made. So yes, it's fun being, or not 50 yet, but in a month I will be. So great thing is that we got the last vacancy on any of my properties just taken care of, and so they will be moving in on Friday. Got a deposit down on that, so that's excellent. And you know, you always want to have the cash flow coming in, because you never get the chance to hit rewind and go back and collect rent on a month that you had a vacancy. And you know, people will say, oh well, you know, it's not costing me any money and everything, it's paid for. It's costing you money. You got to pay taxes, you got to pay insurance on it. It's costing you money. Trust me on that. It's costing you. Really cool thing today is Rich stopped me at the landfill, introduced himself. We got a good look at his trailer. Man, that thing's a monster, and really got me wanting that hydraulic jack on the front. And so I need to start putting a little bit of cheese away, and you know, we'll get it to the point where we got the money to get one of those hydraulic jacks on the front of it and everything. And I got a Buford the cat right here. He's being all frisky, and of course Tyson's right outside the door over there wanting to play with the cat. The cat don't like Tyson, but Tyson likes the cat. So, you know, maybe one day, kind of like our politics right now and everything. And if I can say anything, you know, the thing is just because somebody doesn't believe the way that I do and they don't vote the same way, it doesn't make them a bad person, and it doesn't make them wrong. You know, they have their beliefs for their reason. I have mine, you know, and I really hate that we've got this mentality going that, you know, if you don't agree with one thing, then I just need to totally cut you out and you're absolutely wrong. And, you know, man, it's just not biblical. That's all there is to it, you know. At the end of the day, in the top 10, it says, love thy neighbor. Nowhere in that are there parentheses that say, unless they're white, unless they're gay, unless they're straight, unless they're black, unless they're handicapped, unless they can run a 4-minute mile, unless they're poor, unless they're a millionaire. It doesn't say any of those things. It says, love thy neighbor. It doesn't even say, only love Christians. It doesn't say that. Nowhere, okay? But it's our job as Christians to be more loving and accepting and empathetic, you know. Got a friend of mine that I feel secure with, that he is black, and I'm going to ask some questions this coming weekend because he asked me some questions a couple weeks ago, and these are questions I've never asked a black person before, and I want to know what it is that he thinks and what he feels, because one, I've never asked these things. Number two, if you never ask, you'll never know. And the thing is that, you know, this world that we live in, I think a little more empathy, I didn't say enabling, I said empathy, would go a long way. And that's one of the things that I am trying to improve with myself, is to be more inquisitive about things that are extremely touchy, and willing to take that risk and ask those questions to understand where somebody else comes from, you know. And it was, you know, John from Pace called me the other day and said, man, I lost money on a dump load, you know, tell me how you do it. And I asked him, I said, what do you charge? He told me, and I asked him, I said, well, why do you do that, you know? And he told me, and so I understand where he was coming from. And I said, well, this is the way that I do it. And I actually got that video on how to charge for dump trailer loads. And I explained it to him, and he said, man, that makes a whole lot of sense. I appreciate it. So, just trying to understand through things through another person's eyes can make a tremendous amount of difference, And you'd be surprised at how many people would say something to the effect of, you never asked. And you have no idea what it is they're going through, how they feel about something, or how something affects them because you never ask. Nightcap with Robert. You got any questions? Send me an email. I'll get to it as quick as possible. I hope you have a phenomenal day. Sleep well. Oh my God, that bed felt good this morning. I hit that snooze like 4 times, maybe even 5 times, maybe even 6 times. Let me get my foot up there. And so, and that's where the discipline comes in, because day in, day out, you still get up. As opposed to motivation comes and goes. So keep your discipline. Have a great night.